Welcome back. What is this, episode 3?
This is
Well,
number 3, sir. Episode number 3 of Roly's Retro Room podcast. Welcome, everyone. This is a podcast that's going to take you back to those days of elementary school, middle school, high school, the good times when all you had to worry about was if your pencil was sharpened.
mm.
Remember those days?
Oh, I remember those days, and I
Going to the
remember that.
pencil sharpener,
Yes, and that
cranking away.
having a blast with your friends, cracking up, and then getting a sense of detention because of it.
Yeah. You had to,
Oh,
and then if you were part of that illustrious crew of talkers or the troublemakers,
of
one of you
course.
had to be all the way in the back. Like they always just separate you guys completely.
Oh, for sure. No, you couldn't
So
get work done, especially during the sex education part. I couldn't get through that. My life depended on me.
in your school, did they separate the boys and the girls?
No, they didn't. They did not separate the boys and the girls. I was actually shocked. But
Oh, that's interesting because in 5th grade, that's what they did. All the boys went. They got all the 5th grades and they put all the boys in one class and all the girls in another class. I'm like, would it make sense for us to know their stuff too? But
I thought so. I think that's why they were together. And I'm like, but none of the guys could keep a straight face. Like it was forget it.
listen, bro.
Forget it. And I'm talking about 4th and 5th grade.
Once
You're not gonna keep a straight face with that.
once there was a penis in the video, that's it. We lost it.
That's it. No, that was it. That was it. That was it.
And
That
they're
was
like, "Oh, you're gonna start growing pubic hair." Pubic. That's it.
that
That
was a
lost it.
pubic hair. No,
Lost it.
I think we started losing it because they showed us a video, and it was a cartoon where they were showing the growing of a female, and a female runs to the mirror, cartoon, mind you, and all of a sudden your body's gonna change, and all of a sudden the boobs went. Woo! Every guy in that room lost it.
They
Absolutely
applauded.
lost it. No,
We
yeah,
can't
no,
wait. We can't wait.
we can't wait. Woo! You know, it was, yeah, it was. They lost it. They lost it. I was one of them, and I think I got sent to the detention. All right. So,
Well,
what are we talking about today? Here we go.
we have quite the retro topics today.
Oh,
Today, we're touching up on birthday parties in the 90s, 80s, and 90s.
Oh, goodness.
The birthday party back then was a special thing, not because it was somebody's birthday. Birthdays are cool, they're fun to celebrate, but the places we did these birthday parties.
Oh my God. So
Like,
many memories.
so many places. You have roller rinks that they still exist, but it was more of a staple back then. People used to do birthday parties at like Burger King's and McDonald's. A
Oh,
place
yeah.
that doesn't exist anymore, like Discovery Zone. And then us in Miami, you were telling me about the Riverboat show house or playhouse, whatever it was called.
Yeah.
I didn't live
Yeah.
in Kendall, so we didn't go there. But
Oh my God. Oh, all right. So let me tell you about Riverboat Playhouse. First off, it was called Mark Twain's Riverboat Playhouse. I'll never forget. I was like, wait a minute, what am I seeing here? This is absolutely crazy. Like I was a kid and you had these rundown animatronics, like super rundown. Like it was insane. Like the animatronics were absolutely crazy. And I'm trying to show a video here, but man, you're gonna see it for a second. I think it was incredible what they actually showed. And check this out. Like this is like the epitome of my childhood here. Like it walked in and it had a little slide on the slide and like a little ball pit, and you walked in and you saw these freaking, like you saw this right here and you just saw, oh, Mark Twain's Riverboat Playhouse in the heart of Kendall Lakes. And look at these animatronics. These things can give child nightmares, but
this
somehow
is nightmare fuel.
yes, it definitely, and the darkest place that you can think of.
Like they couldn't put a few more bulbs.
Yeah, just a few. Like that granny. This looks like the wax museum that in horror
This
movies that you get killed in.
that shit is fucking
Like
creepy.
look at the end, and then you have these guys at the end. Like look, you have these like animatronic dogs that go rum ba dum bum 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 rum bum boom rum dum 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 dum. That's what pretty much
I mean
what it
that.
is.
All right, so yeah, the lighting is definitely a situation there, but I mean animatronic wise, I think there's a bunch of places that had that going on. Hence, that's why they made Five Nights at Freddy was basically a play off of all that stuff from
Of
that
course,
place, Chuck E. Cheese and stuff like that. But we'll get into
absolutely,
the places. So the first one I want to talk about is Discovery Zone.
of course.
Discovery
Discovery Zone.
Zone. I remember I lived kind of by like the Grove, Coral Gables area, and we had one in the shopping mall that we lived by. And this thing was like every kid had a party there. Every friend that I had at least had one party there. I believe uh I don't did I have a party there? I don't think I had I think my brother had a party there. Mike, did you have a party at Discovery Zone?
I did not. I did not. You had a party there.
It was me? Okay. I know
Yes.
one of us did. I wasn't sure if it was mine. And I'm pretty good at remembering those things. But yeah, Discovery
You
Zone.
always got the good parties. I always got the
What are you talking about? Mom gave us everything evenly. But I remember Discovery Zone because it was like an obstacle course. Mind you, during those times, we were watching all these obstacle course shows on like Nickelodeon and stuff like that. So this is our chance to be able to do like one of those obstacle courses. So man, you would do like ball pit, you would have to climb the net, and then you had that zip line,
Oh
and
yeah,
that
how could
was
I
one
forget
of
this thing?
the coolest things ever. You grab onto that thing and you just slide right down. And then you had that dreaded slide that you told me about not too long ago. I remember it, bro.
Bro,
That
that
rolling slide, that conveyor belt slide.
yeah,
that
forget
thing
it.
hurt.
Yeah, you got a finger on there, and you're going to the hospital, or
Yeah.
something's gonna happen. Forget.
Ev-
I can't remind you how many kids I saw crying coming down that slide, but it looked like so much fun.
yeah.
Uh,
So the idea of it is fun. But then, like, after a while, like, after that place was open for a while, a lot of them wouldn't turn. So you're just like, you would like shoot yourself and you kind of like stop. You have to like shoot yourself again.
yeah,
When it first opened, you were rolling down that thing.
you were flying
But
down that.
then 3 years later, I'm sure a few heavier kids and people try going down standing up. I remember a group of friends of mine, we tried doing it standing and yeah, we fucked ourselves up
Yeah,
because you
for sure,
can't, you can balance so much, but then you're going to catch one of them that's like a little more lubed up than the other and then pop, you're down.
for sure,
So you got
for
Discovery
sure.
Zone. That was one of our places. That was an obstacle course. Then, kind of like related to what you were just showing us, you have Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese is still around.
Oh yeah,
Now,
but
they had animatronics, but theirs were maybe a little more polished than that place that you just showed us.
yeah, I think so. A little more lighting.
And they were, and the thing is, their characters went through like an evolution. So I think like the first like ones, like yeah, those I think that was like the second coming of them. That was like when they were a little more polished. The first ones, like Chucky looks like a crackhead, like straight up.
It I think looked like a crackhead, but straight up from like New York City, from the
Yeah, yeah,
streets
yeah,
of,
yeah, yeah.
and none of us, everybody thought it was like a mouse. No, it was legitimately a rat. Like it was a rat.
Bro. So I think as birthdays goes, as a kid, I went to Chuck E. Cheese once.
Same.
I went back like as a teenager for somebody else's birthday. But the what I do remember is that their pizza was fire.
It always
The
is.
pizza in Chuck E. Cheese was fire.
Oh yeah,
It
And
still
definitely.
then
is.
yeah, so I remember when my son, he was of age and started going to birthdays, like, oh, it's at Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, yes, now I have a reason to go get that pizza. And I was like, yo, why is this pizza so good, man? Jesus. But dude, that pizza and Chuck E. Cheese was fire. And then they have that thing where it shoots up like tickets and you have to grab as many as you can.
Yeah, they had that at Discovery Zone too. where you were like
I
in a
remember that.
vortex of tube, like and you had to grab all these like papers, and you get like coins. Same
Right.
concept.
Yeah. So yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was definitely it was I know it was more popular. Like I said, me personally, I didn't go to a lot of Chuck E. Cheese parties. I had a lot of parties at a roller rink in Miami, the
Oh, who could
Kendall
forget?
Hot Wheels.
Tell us
So
about that,
hot
bro.
so Hot Wheels was like, and I believe there was two of them. There was one in Hialeah and one in Kendall. And the one in Kendall was the one that we went to a lot. That literally is one of my birthday parties. I couldn't tell you which one. I had so many there. My mom would just, yo, your birthday Hot Wheels. I'm like, yo, I'm down, because it was skating, it was arcades, it was like, and then all my friends, we were all into roller skating and rollerblades and stuff like that. So I had hella birthday parties at that roller rink. And Hot Wheels now. So it went from Hot Wheels to Super Wheels. Now it's Miami roller rink. And funny enough, for my 40th, we did my birthday at Hot Wheels, and it was literally, we relived my 10th birthday. I literally have the same outfit that I had on when I was 10 years old, which was a Robin shirt, a jean vest, and a Miami Dolphins hat sideways. But man, all the times that we would go to Hot Wheels and the music they would play there, they had like a stage in the middle where, like, mind you, we're kids, we're kids, and
Yeah,
we're roller skating. They're playing 90s hits, which were like hits.
yeah, for
And
sure. Definitely a lot of
in,
freestyle, especially in Miami.
so a lot of freestyle, but then booty music was super big.
Let me
A
tell you about
lot
that
of
booty
booty
music.
music.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
And
that Miami
we're
bass, that
kids.
Miami bass.
We're kids. So what would happen? The girls, we're what, 10, 11 years old, would go to the middle of the stage, in the middle of that like rest area,
Oh yeah,
jump on the stage, and it was like I guess now it's called twerking. It was booty dancing. We called
yeah,
it booty dancing,
yeah.
but
Bootying or
now you
booty
would call
dancing.
it twerking. And
Yeah,
just, and it sounds weird, it sounds ridiculous to say it now as a 40-year-old, but like, yeah, it's just a bunch of like 8, 9, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds just booty shaking,
yeah. But
twerking.
it definitely went up to the teenagers, because I think we all went there as teenagers. We grew up, and then everybody, and literally, it became like a roller rink. And then
Yeah.
you grew up, and if you didn't feel like skating, you just went to the middle and like hung out.
Yeah,
Like
like
everybody,
the middle was like the chill spot, and everyone was just going around it. And then if you wanted to stop to talk to somebody, you would go stop in, talk to them,
yeah, which
and
was
just, and
made
then,
for really kids to learn how to skate. That's what it
yeah,
really was made for. But it just became like a chill spot for us.
yeah. But
So
that, and just the thing, it was good vibes. It was roller skating, hanging out with your friends. Then the whole other backside was just massive arcades like crazy. They had like all the banger arcades.
I remember.
But it was just a great time. And then music, the music back then was untouchable. Like,
No,
I'm
forget it.
sorry, but there's all the music. And then the couple skate, and that skate,
Mm.
that skate was a stressful skate, because most of the times, like, I wasn't a couple, and my my buddy and I was like, "Yo, let's go out there holding hands." We'd go out there like, oh, like holding hands, and then like one of the parents, back then, like, a lot of people were super homophobic, and it's like, two boys shouldn't be holding hands like that. Stop it. And I
Yeah.
was like, me and my boy were just like, yo, we're just messing around. I think I was like 10, and like the lady skated up to us and goes, "You two, stop doing that. Two boys shouldn't be holding hands." I was like, all right, bro, chill. And she
It's
just
funny
rode
because
off.
now I'm sure there's, two boys holding hands at Miami roller rink. I guarantee it. As
Yeah.
couples. But it's funny enough, like I would go up, my friends would dare me. He's like, yo, when couples came on, he's like, hey, yo, go ask whoever girl, bro. I'd be skating. It's like, hey, you want to hold hands? No, okay, move on to the next one. Hey, you want to hold hands? Hey, and somehow I always got one, and it just did the little circle. I was like, I didn't care. I was like, yeah, I'm not afraid of saying no. I'm not afraid of no. Let me just go out there and see what I can get.
I think my school did they did a field trip there, and the it was a regular session. You skate, they play music, stuff like that. But then the last skate, this is the craziest thing. The last skate, they did like the couple grab that girl, grab that guy, you go skate, and I was literally skating up to who ended up being a girl who ended up being my girlfriend, like, in high school, that I was like obsessed with. But I was skating up to her, and as I'm skating up to her, one of my friends like zooms right by me, goes to her, "Hey, you want to skate with me?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, Yo.
Oh no. Oh man, you got
So
swooped
then
in.
what happens? I get the pity offer from
Mm.
someone that, yeah. And they're like, "Oh, you don't have anybody to skate with? I'll skate with you." I'm just like, "All right, let's go."
Yeah,
And I
that's
go out, we're skating. So like first you do like the holding hand skate, and then they play like a slow. I can't remember which song it was. But it's like a slow song, and then like I start
probably
going
like
backwards.
probably all for love or something.
Some maybe. So I
All for
start going
one.
backwards, and I'm holding her by the waist, and I'm just like looking at my boy, and like the chick that I wanted to skate with, like has her head like on his. I'm like, yo, if he takes one bad turn, they're on the floor. And I was a little douchebag kid. I was like, please fall, you scumbag.
You just got back. You swooped in, took my girl, man. You
Yeah.
come back. I'll be
So roller rinks, Hot Wheels, that was the spot in
definitely
Miami for a lot of my birthdays.
for sure.
But those were good times.
They were.
Another place that people did their birthdays at. There was two of these. One was
Mhm.
called Malibu Grand Prix, and the other one
Yes.
was just Grand Prix, which that Grand Prix is now Boomers.
Yeah.
Now, these places, you got to drive go-karts.
Yes, I remember. I remember that very vividly. And I remember Malibu Grand Prix had like had a castle of some sort. Like it was something that like I remember like, oh yeah, I think like it was some type of castle, and of course it had go-karts, mini golf, and then it had a special, I'll never forget this because my dad took me on one. It had a special track for adults only. You can only ride like a kid couldn't ride it, but you had to ride in the passenger seat, and it was a NASCAR
Yeah,
experience
because
type of
they
thing.
were gas powered.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he went so fast. I'm like, Dad, stop! Like I was, he had like, I think he paid for like 5 laps, and I was like, stop! And I was like, they stopped me like the first lap and got me the hell out of there.
Well, that
And,
one, Malibu, was in Westchester by Malls of
yeah,
the America.
that's
The
correct. Yeah, I
funny
think it was like,
thing about that Malibu, I mean, I went there like a few times during the day, but later on, towards the end of like the 90s, it became like a teenage rave spot.
I didn't remember that. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
How was that?
So
What do you
I
mean?
remember I was going to Coral. I was in Coral Park for a few years, high school, and they were just like, "Hey, you want to go meet up at Malibu tonight?" And I was just like, "I want to ride like go karts." They, bro, what do you mean go karts? No, it turns into a rave. A rave? What? So whatever. I go, and this thing was a legit like a rave, bro. Like what Ultrafest is, but for teenagers. And there was a bunch of kids there. And of course, there were kids experimenting with the stuff that they experimented with.
I'm
I think it's the
sure.
first time I heard, "Hey, you want to take a roll?" I'm like, "A roll? Like red roll?" I'm like, "No." And then they showed me the pill. I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Mitsubishi
And then
makes
I see,
this.
like they used like literally. I remember one of the guys. Like it's crazy because when I saw this on the Chappelle show, but I literally saw one of the kids like there. He's just hitting the that. I was like, bro, are you serious right now? But yeah, man, that was Malibu turning into that rave at night that was crazy to me. I was like,
It's it's funny.
I went to that rave once.
It's funny how you say that because I think a lot of those places turn into raves. And as a matter of fact, I went to a foam party at Hot Wheels one time when it turned into Super Wheels.
Okay.
Hot Wheels was done, but it was turned into Super Wheels. And I'm like, all right, well, go to Hot Wheels. Stupidly enough, I'm bringing my skates, and they're like, "What'd you bring your skates for? This is like this is like 16-year over. Then there's no skating here. This is a foam party." I'm like, "Oh, what?" I walk in, I'm like, "Bro, this is just someone turned on the dishwasher and put like Dawn dish soap, and just it was everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
know what
done
was
that
going on under that.
by
I don't know what was going on
mistake.
under that foam, but I was like, yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah. I remember the first time I had a dishwasher in a house that I was apartment I was renting. I thought you're supposed to put dish soap in the dishwasher,
Oh
little like
no,
cup thing.
I think we
Yeah.
all made that
I had a
mistake.
foam party in my apartment.
Ah! Yeah,
But
yo,
yeah. But yeah, man,
fun times.
Malibu was the spot for that for that raves. I,
Oh, it
like I said, I
was.
went there once, but it was just crazy that like I knew it as just the racing place. I did the Malibu Grand Prix. I did the racing, and they had decent arcades, but that place was it. I think it was more impactful to most people in the teenage era because of that the rave
Yeah,
scene.
right.
But uh,
Yeah, definitely,
what's
definitely one of those places that was just part of our childhood. It really was.
yeah. Now the crazy thing to me, thinking back about birthday parties in the '90s, was the fact that people would do birthday parties at Burger King and at McDonald's.
Yeah,
And to be honest with you, it was pretty lit. It was pretty fire because like they had like remember back in the day they had sections that like seats were like burgers and they would bring like you had your own like special trays. They had like Happy Meal looking boxes and everyone like every kid that came got one. I think Ronald McDonald came out and it was just like crazy. It's like, and it's not something like you would look down on, like because it was essentially like something that a lot of kids did. So it's like, oh, you get the invite, and it's like, oh, I'm having my birthday at McDonald's, and you're just like, hell yeah.
yeah, for
Also,
sure.
McDonald's back in the day, not only did you have that section that had the like the burger C, the fry C, and stuff like that, they had a bunch of like standees or like those porcelain figures of like the cheeseburger and grimace and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah, I remember.
You had the ball pit, you had
Oh,
that tunnel situation, and man, those things were fire, bro. Those things were
yeah, those
awesome.
things,
You go in
those
there,
playgrounds, bro. Those playgrounds were something else, bro. Like it was the
smelled
epitome
like
of our.
feet and Cheetos, but they were dope.
They were dope, and I'm sure our parents were like, "Yeah, whatever." Now
Yeah.
I'm like, "Ugh, you're not going in there. like
Yeah,
now you
nowadays it's
like.
just like
But
you're
then
gonna come
again,
out with hepatitis.
it's funny nowadays. There's only a few of them left. There's a Burger King here in Kendall that still has one, but McDonald's they've gotten rid of all of them. It's like McDonald's
Yeah,
grew up with us. They look like they
yeah.
became old middle aged men, like
Most of those
back in our
places
day.
do.
Yeah, and now it's like you just like went corporate America. It looks like a cubicle. And what happened to the colors, the livelihood,
Yeah,
the
they
playground?
just redid the Burger King by my mom's house.
Yeah,
That's like supposed to be like one of the new styles with like a weird like an icon of the crown like on the side of of the store, and it's just like, bro, it's so corporate, it's so like modern,
yeah,
and it's not fun. It's like the soul is sucked out of it.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I
It's
can
it's
give you some insight on that because I go there maybe once a week in the mornings, and every time you order, they tell you rule, and it's the weirdest thing ever.
what?
I don't get
It's
it.
like the person says it or like
The
the
person says it.
kiosk.
No. The
'Cause
person says it.
oh,
The
okay,
person
because
says, "Hi, welcome to Burger King, where you rule." Da, 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 da. And then
yeah.
after they're done, they say, "Okay, your total is blah 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 blah. You rule." And I'm like, and like in Miami, you hear like the people talking, so it's like with that really heavy Cuban accent, and they say, "You rule." It's just, it's
You want your Whopper, and thank you. You rule.
You
Go
rule.
ahead. You rule. Before you have your coffee, you don't want to deal with people, and you pull up, and it's like, if you tell me I fucking rule, bro, I'm about to
Just
rule all over your face with this coffee.
I promise
exactly.
I'll record it for you guys.
Oh my god, I would love to hear that. Welcome to Burger
Oh, you know
King.
what you
You
need?
rule.
Get you some of these so you can record it. It's not so like noticeable.
It's like you want a number 5, you rule.
So, but yeah, crazy that we used to have birthdays at fast food joints.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean,
and
they
I
were.
want to say, I, I've always preferred Burger King in every aspect over McDonald's. And I think the birthday parties at Burger King, I feel like their facilities were more equipped for that. Even though they didn't have like the burger chairs and stuff like that. But like I remember like they had a party package where like you had like you like everybody in your party got like toys and stuff like that. And I remember Kid Vid, that was my favorite like character from their like thing. Remember it was
Yeah,
the blonde kid with the visor. I have a
yeah. I
toy of him
remember.
actually, but yeah, Burger King over McDonald's when it came to that stuff.
It was always Burger King over McDonald's for you, or was it Burger King?
Always. The only thing that McDonald's had that I really, really enjoyed was their McNuggets. But, but I back then preferred the old school Burger King chicken. What are they called? It wasn't tenders. They had a different name, but they had their own chicken nuggets, but it was like long.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah, I can't
Whatever
remember. Oh,
that
the chicken.
whatever.
It wasn't chicken fries, was it?
No, so it was what chicken fries are now. I guess that was like in its place,
Right.
but I digress. It's just
Yes.
crazy to think like nowadays no one would have if you told a bunch of kids, "Hey, we're gonna do the birthday at Burger King or
Yeah.
McDonald's," they'd be like, no, I'd rather just fucking stay home. Please don't embarrass me like that."
Just yeah. Please, for the love of God, do not
Yeah.
embarrass me. Like,
So moving aside, at least where we come from, there was a lot of birthday parties that were done in places that had animals. There were
yes,
birthday parties at Parrot Jungle, Monkey
yes,
Jungle, Metro Zoo. And those were cool ideas. That was pretty unique to have a birthday party there and like for instance, Monkey Jungle. You go
yeah,
there, they have a setup for you. I think they had like a pavilion where
yeah.
you did your birthday and then you basically like you had somebody a tour guide come and take the kids to each thing to tell you about the different monkeys. Um
Hmm.
I don't think I ever saw any crazy stuff happen, but I can only imagine at some point in one of the birthday parties, there had
Yeah,
to
I
be a
can't.
time where the tour guides, and here we have the oh crap, they're doing it again. Stop them.
No,
And you just see monkeys going at it or doing some
yeah,
shit.
seriously. Like, no, for sure, for sure. Like the monkey jungle, I think a lot of people preferred the monkey jungle over the parrot jungle, in my opinion. Like it was always no, I'm sorry, the parrot jungle over the monkey jungle. I think the monkey jungle was a place you went when you couldn't afford parrot jungle.
Right.
And, like it was
And
like and of course you did it with field trips too. I'll never forget it with
yeah, yeah.
schools. You
Yeah.
you
I
always
think every year I had a field trip there to both of
yeah
them actually.
yeah for sure. No doubt for sure. Like it was one of the two, and usually it was Monkey Jungle because that's all my school could afford.
No, I went to both Silver Bluff. I guess they were a little they had a little more deeper pockets.
Yeah,
But
and then
we did Monkey Jungle. The only thing is Monkey Jungle was a lot. I don't know. I know both of them were outside, but I think Monkey Jungle had more outside stuff and Parrot Jungle had some like inside areas.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like yeah, Parrot Jungle was, and I think it had more trees, so you had like more shade. It had like the little river and stuff like that. Funny enough, it's like they moved and became Jungle Island,
Mm,
and now you could still go there, and it's called Pinecrest Gardens, and
mhm.
everything is left the way it was. Like it still looks the same. Have you seen here in this part that arch right there? You see that little thing? It says Parrot Jungle. Now it says Pinecrest Gardens. It's the exact same thing. So if you went there as a kid, everything is there. It brings massive nostalgia to you.
And the crazy thing is, all these places that we name, most of the places that we name, you can't have. No kids doing birthday parties at these places.
No, no way. I
No,
mean, Jungle
there's
Island. I mean, maybe, but
so it's just like crazy how much things have changed. Like the perception of what a birthday party has to be now. Social media has definitely have a big influence on that because you have to flex your birthday and stuff like that.
of
But
course.
like back then, it was just get me and my boys together somewhere where we can have fun. I need that Publix cake. Bring that
Oh,
Publix cake.
that Publix cake. Oh
And
yeah.
I remember my mom for a long time would get me the ice cream Carvel cakes. And
Everybody had the ice
man,
cream carving, and we had to eat
what
it fast,
was
other's it would melt. It's like,
yes, and there
yo,
was
let's go.
what was that guy? God, what was his name? I can't, he had like the cone for a nose. Remember?
Oh, was it Jack? Not Jack in the Box. It wasn't
No,
Dairy Queen. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was oh man, I forgot
I
his
can't
name.
remember his name, but yeah, I
It
remember.
wasn't like a Frosty. It wasn't like Frosty or
No,
something.
it was a full. It was a whole cake. It was a face, but then like the nose was like a cone, and then it had like a scoop of something added like on the bottom of the nose. We used to call it. We used to say it looked like Scottie Pippen. Like the damn ice cream face looks like Scottie Pippen.
That's funny.
But
Yeah,
yeah, man, that was another crazy. Those are crazy times, crazy places to
they
have
were,
birthday parties. But
and of course
then, mhm,
you got all those other places. Like I think everybody in around the country could relate. Bowling, water parks,
yeah,
and who could forget laser tag?
I know bowling's still a thing. Like people still
It
do.
is.
Like every time I've gone to Bird Bowl, there's somebody's cutting a
There's a birthday
cake,
party.
and there's big groups and stuff like that.
Yep.
Laser tag was huge.
It was
Laser tag
massive.
was one of like the biggest like things going on in the mid '90s, and I went to a few of those laser tag things. But now, if you think about today, there aren't many laser tag places, but there's paintball and pellet places.
Yeah, they definitely
And I'm
became like the paintball pellet places, but that laser
yeah.
tag, it was a whole other level. And did you go to the one in Ultrazone on Bird Road?
So, I went to that one once, but me and my brother went to one that was like on the first floor of Paseos.
Man, the one in Ultrazone, because it was a standalone. And oh, look, there's the cake. That's it.
Yes,
Oh my
I
god,
can't
look at
remember his name though, but it's like Mr. Slapapus or something like that.
that. The Ultrazone on Bird Road, I'll never forget it. Funny enough, it became, I think, a playthings for like adult toys. So, so it went from childhood toys to adult toys. So I thought that was
To
pretty
adult
funny.
toys, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I'll never forget it. I went there with my one of my best friends growing up in the neighborhood, and it was intense, bro. You got like a score sheet.
Mhm.
You went in, you put this like vest on, and you went into like the prep room. And I'm like, yo, this is like straight up like we're getting ready to go to war here. You go in
Mhm.
and they're like, yo, red team, blue team. And all of a sudden you go in, there is like, if I had seizures, I would not have survived gone in there. But let me tell you, the amount of fun that you had, you go up these ramps, and all these ramps. One of my favorite things is that all these ramps, you go up, and there's no stairs. So we would chase each other, and we would go up one ramp, and then we turn
Mhm.
around and then slide down the rubber ramp, the like other kind of ramp, shooting at each other. So it was like very, where are we? Like our imaginations went there, bro. And that's what I loved about these places.
So the one that I used to go to, I remember I forgot whose birthday it was. It wasn't my birthday. It wasn't my brother's birthday. But my brother was there. And my stepdad was with us too. And they put my stepdad and my brother with like some other people. I am the gamer of the family. I'm the one
Okay.
that was good at every video game. I'm the one that played sports. I was the athletic one. So I was so confident I was gonna fucking destroy in this thing. And there was like I think we got like 3 rounds in there. I don't know why. I said he was cheating. My brother was like killing it in there. And I'm just like, how the fuck is he so good at this?
He was a sniper.
And
I guarantee it. I'm calling it
I
right
don't know
now.
what
He
he
was
was
like
doing.
hiding. He was hiding in one place and nailing them. That's
And
how one of my
the
friends
thing
got it.
is with this place, there's a scoreboard and it shows everybody's name. And my brother was like the top one for like 2 of the 3 rounds. And I'm just like, again, I have an ego and I was the older one. I was just like, I should be like, yeah, that's my brother. No, I was like, what the fuck, man? Why the fuck is he better than me at this? I couldn't fucking get it. And then my stepdad was like, he was like on the bottom, but I think he was just there more for supports, but he was just there like playing because it was cool. But I was just like, and everyone's like, oh, your brother's like nasty at this. I was like, yeah, I know. Whatever. It is what it is. But I was just like so like I couldn't understand what the mechanics that he had worked out that I couldn't figure out. And I'm like, it has my laser has to be messed up. I was like, my laser's broken. Yeah, that's at
My
least
laser
that's where I went. I'm like, my thing is broken. There's no way that like I'm this horrible at laser tag. But I was horrible at laser tag. So like I said, I went there maybe 2 or 3 times and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not gonna do a fucking loser that can't hit people. Mind you, there's girls and my brother out here killing it and doing great. And I'm here to can't figure out what the hell the mechanics are for this thing. Yeah. And yeah, our producer and director is my brother. So he's getting quite the laugh on that story.
Oh, yes, I am. It's that I've always been into technology, so I mean, I knew how it worked. So you had the point and shoot at the little target. I mean, it wasn't that hard.
I know. They gave us an instructional before we went out. Like you hit them here, you hit them in the back. I think there was a like a hand one, and you could shoot
Yeah.
them on the actual gun.
Yeah. And then if you went on their side, at least in Ultrazone, you went on their side, you could shoot their kind of like capture the flag. type of thing.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
So
So, but yeah, man, that was birthday parties. Again, it was just different. I mean, you had some birthday parties at like arcade places. I believe back then it was GameWorks.
yeah, it's
GameWorks
definitely
opened up
GameWorks
in Sunset Place, and that place became like birthday headquarters.
for sure,
Everyone was
for
doing a
sure.
birthday there, and there they had a private room. You go in
Mhm.
there, you do your thing, and then they give you like that was the first time I saw they give you a card, and like, all right, yeah, you just scan the machine. There's no tokens. You get a card, and you have like, I think you could play like unlimited games for like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, that's how I think that's how it started off for all of us. I mean, we came from places like, for all my Kendall people, Flippers Arcade,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
these are
remember Flippers.
remember Flippers? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Flippers was around when you moved to Kendall. It was still
I
a hot
moved to
spot.
Kendall in 2003 or 2004. So
Yeah, it
there
was
was an
still around.
AMC and a
And a
Flippers
Flippers right next to it, and
in
that's
Town
where
and
people hung
Country.
out. Yeah, and that's where people hung out, and essentially they were still running on tokens. And you go to GameWorks, and you're like, "What is this? A card?" And then you look around, you're like, "Yo, there's a ride game. You can go up to the
The one that
sky."
shoots up and you hear it throughout the whole place. You
Yeah,
could be doing anything in that place and you hear taka, 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 taka,
yeah,
taka, 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 taka,
yeah,
taka, taka, taka. Like people just shoot because it's like after you complete one level, it shoots you up and you're just shooting at stuff at the screen. I think it's like one part is like you're shooting air balloons, another
yeah,
part you're shooting birds.
yeah.
It was
And
just crazy. It
I
was
think when it started, it wasn't balloons. It was really like you're shooting like monsters or like something. I wonder if they had
I
to
don't
tone it
remember.
down and be like, "Hey, we're gonna shoot balloons now," like. But
And the
I'll
thing I
never forget
remember
that.
is that they literally there was a Jurassic Park ride right next to it, like a
Yeah,
Jurassic Park arcade. That
yeah,
was like the Jeep or something. You get in there, stuff like that, and it's like, oh, and obviously there was always a line for this thing,
yeah,
that thing that
absolutely.
shoots you up. So
Oh,
it's like,
forget it.
all right, fuck that, I'm gonna go play Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, for
But
sure. But yeah, those parties are great. Those tended to be a little more expensive because we were like, "Yo, this is like new. This is," and that I think the only place that I've never had a birthday party was GameWorks. Actually, GameWorks in a movie theater. Believe it or not,
yeah,
as
I
the
I
love of
never had
movies
a
I
GameWorks
had,
party.
I never had a gamers party or a movie theater party.
Yeah, I
So
never had a movie theater party. I never had a GameWorks party. I remember I went once to this place called, I want to say it was Los Piratas, the Pirates. I went there for somebody's birthday. I think it was somebody in my neighborhood. And this place was decked out. Pirates, people dressed as pirates, as a ship. It was crazy, crazy. Like they went all out for this place. Um, there's very minimal like footage of it. I think I found, crazy enough, in my like stacks of things, I found a tape. It's not my birthday. It's somebody's birthday. I don't know whose. I found a VHS tape of somebody's birthday at this place, at the Pirates place, and that
man, I
I
couldn't.
remember a lot of people when I asked, and I said I was going to talk about this topic on the podcast. A few people were like, "Oh, Los Piratas, Los Piratas. Oh, you gotta talk about Los Piratas." I was like, I've been there once. My experience, I went there and I remember, I vaguely remember, but I remember just like it was just all decked out, and I thought pirates were kind of dumb. I thought it was kind of silly. Like, this is all right. I'm just waiting for the cake and whatever, and they'll give you. They had tokens. I mean, the arcades at that time were like Pac Man, and I think they had just had the Ninja Turtle one that just came out when I went there.
And
But
where
yeah,
was this place at? Because I clearly I did not go to Los
I think it
Pilates.
was in Hialeah.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was in Hialeah, either Hialeah or Westchester, one of those places, like
I want to
somewhere
say it
there.
was Westchester.
Westchester.
Yeah, right off of Coral Way and that shopping mall that was there that there used to be a movie theater in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it was there.
Yo, Mike, see, I maybe it'll refresh my memory. See if you could find a thing on that because I can't remember if I have for the life of me. That must have been well out of my realm, like a picture or
Well,
something.
and again, you were in Kendall, weren't you?
Yeah, I grew up in Kendall, so it's like
Yeah,
Hialeah wasn't a thing for me. You know,
yeah,
we still had the chungas, but Hialeah still wasn't a thing.
yeah. But yeah, man, that was birthdays in the 80s and the 90s with the Miami Flair. That's how we got down there. I'm sure a lot of these places were like universal, like Discovery Zone, Chuck E. Cheese, roller
Yeah.
rinks, bowling. That's everywhere. Everyone had
That's
that.
ever that
But
was
we
over Hollywood.
had the Malibu Grand Prix. That was us. Even though I'm sure there were
Other ones.
go kart places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like
And water
now,
parks.
water parks. I never had one there. I think
You
it's
never had a water.
the closest water park to us was Rapids, and my mom wasn't about to
That's
have
funny.
everybody drive up to Rapids and do a birthday
Yeah.
party when
That's
she could just
funny.
do
I
it.
guess it's funny because my first experience at a water park, and people in Miami would know this. The closest one was actually Atlantis. Six Flags had a water park down here, and I believe in Dania Beach, and that was my first water park experience. And that's where I kind of fell in love with water parks, and I went there for my birthday and stuff like that. And of course, we had a massive hurricane down here, Hurricane Andrew, completely wiped it out, and that was it for that water park. So that was my water park. And then after that, yep, Rapids was the closest thing in West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, man.
but birthday
90s
parties,
birthday parties were a thing. You had to be there. It was crazy.
live in the moment.
You went to Burger King, you went to McDonald's, you went there for birthday parties. It
Yeah.
was dope. We had a good time at all these birthday parties. But it's just now there's like I think the birthday parties now are whack. Like maybe the coolest thing and still isn't as I don't think it's as cool, but they do those trucks that's like a video game situation.
Yeah. My stepson had one last year, and they literally have all types of video games, all consoles, all of them. I'm just like, what's the difference between this and just like playing it inside the house? Like I never got, but I guess it's cool for them. Like it's and in my mind, I'm like, let's go to the arcade. We have arcades now. Like there's one in the falls. There's Arcade Odyssey. Like let's go to the arcade. Let's go old school. See, Six Flags Atlantis, Hollywood, Florida. That was my first experience
Never
as
went
a
there.
water park. Yeah, that was my first experience at a water park right there. I'll never forget it. And man, was like, and let me tell you something. That Six Flags Atlantis, I'll never forget. There was literally a slide that they let me go on. I think it was 6 years old, where like it literally was like this, and it's short, and it just cuts off, and you're just like dropping, like it just like that you just like going over. Like that was it. And I think that's the thing about parties in the 90s, like Discovery Zone and things like that. Safety was not really an issue, was it? And I guess we could say that way back then. Like it was just like, yeah, go, see you later. Like our parents can be like out smoking because my parents smoked, so like they'd be like, yeah, I think he's somewhere in that Discovery Zone.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He'll come back when he's ready.
And it's funny enough because I went to the Discovery Zone of Kendall. It became, for all you Kendall people, it was Discovery Zone, then became Dandy Bear. And it was and essentially it was Discovery Zone because they just took
didn't
over.
Change anything but the branding.
That's it. And it was just it was a Dandy Bear floating around. I'll never forget one of our friends, little Camilo, worked at Dandy Bear, and he was the bear. And like we used to joke around.
He was the dancing bear.
He was the dancing Dandy Bear, and he was and he was we would joke around. It's like, yo, have any kids like pissed you off? Like can you imagine like turning around like this, just like and just have this like cute smile, but you just see like it's this evil looking Dandy Bear, like stop pushing me. Like it just like we used just to joke around about that. And then after that, now it's off the wall. Then they changed it. It's now an off the wall. Trampoline parks are the thing now. And it literally is how I was saying before. It was like, okay, yeah, your parents are in there. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. Now it's one way in, one way out. Like it's like a safety thing. Everything's safety. You have to sign a form so they don't sue you. Like it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, what a time to be alive in the 90s. Like it was our parents just like, yeah, whatever, just go.
Yeah.
We're not gonna sue you guys. Come on, just brush it off.
Again,
you broke a leg, let's go.
Yeah. 80s, 90s definitely was the time to be a kid, to have a birthday party. And then the last place you would have a birthday party, is in your classroom. I don't
Yeah.
even know if kids still do birthday parties in classrooms, but I remember elementary school. I don't know about middle school, not so much because you have like multiple classes.
Yeah.
But elementary school, your mom would like make like some like plans with your teacher, and I think the last hour was like the celebration. They'd bring a cake, a bunch of stuff, and you had that last hour to basically celebrate your birthday. I never celebrated a birthday in high school, in elementary school, because my birthday was August 19th, the
Oh, so
week
it
before
was
school
before
started.
school. Yeah.
So I mean, granted, I had good birthdays. Like I said, I went to Hot Wheels and did all the stuff that I did, but I never got that in class birthday, and it like rubbed me the wrong way because it's like I want to have a fucking birthday in class, man. I want to be the reason why the last hour and a half we're not doing any work. We're eating cake and getting cracked out of our minds.
Yeah, my family, God bless them, I love them. They just had to work. They couldn't get off, so I never had the birthday party either. So I would have to enjoy everybody else's birthday party, but I never had one.
Yeah.
So I think they stopped after like third grade for me. So
I
yeah,
didn't have one because my birthday is during spring break.
Right.
So I would never be able to enjoy anything like that either.
Look at
But we had Hot Wheels.
that. Yeah,
We
we
had
had the good stuff.
Douglas Park. We did some parties at Douglas Park
Oh yeah.
with the wood castles.
Oh my God, those playgrounds, bro. That's
Mhm.
that's another thing we got to talk about with the playgrounds back then in public spaces. Like
Yeah.
there was one like the Wood Castle playgrounds that I think there was one in 80 Barnes Park.
Mhm.
It's fairly similar. They were. You look at it, you look at like playgrounds now. I'm like, what is this? Like this is the playground? No. Those were playgrounds. Like you had
Yeah.
they were massive, and like that was another thing. You literally pulled up to a bench, bring a cake, some birthday parties. Hey, we're having, and essentially it was like the free version, and the kids would just go play in the playground and these like massive playgrounds.
But yeah, great decade for birthdays for kids. Glad that we got to
Absolutely.
experience it.
For sure.
So I'm telling you, I felt like I was in all those birthday parties as we were talking about it.
Man, it
Just
takes
the
us there, doesn't it?
Discovery Zone. Just I smell Discovery Zone. Like I can
Yeah.
smell Discovery
Yeah.
Zone as we talk about it.
Smell Discovery Zone. Let me tell you a story about smelling Discovery Zone, okay? I don't think they cleaned that place. And let me tell you something. I got a story for you as we're leaving. I'm going down one of the slides into the ball pits. And the kid in front of me pisses himself all the way down the slide. I don't know this. I don't know that. I'm having fun. I'm just like in my own world. Guess who decides to slide right after him down a trail of piss down the slide, all of my backside. I go out. My family's like, "Did you pee your pants?" I'm like, "No, it was the kid in front of me. He pissed down the slide, and I slid down." Granted,
That's awesome.
I don't think they cleaned that slide, but yeah, that was one of my experiences at
You ain't
Zone.
cool unless you pee your pants.
Oh man, yeah, man.
Peeing your pants is cool, then I'm Miles Davis.
That is the grossest thing I ever heard in my life.
Let's go. All right, man. We're gonna call it on that. We're gonna end it on that pee story.
Yep, I think that was a good way to end it. So
yeah.
All right, till next time, brother.
So we will catch you on the next one. Roly's Retro Room, the podcast that takes you back to your childhood, to those nostalgia days, and you can feel all the feels. Take it easy.